Hello, artists! This week I want to talk all about animation, and in particular, stop motion animation. So, what is animation? Animation is the illusion of movement created by small movements in a series of photographs. Now, your traditional animation, like your cartoons or anime, is usually created through two-dimensional flat drawings. Stop motion, on the other hand, is created by using three-dimensional objects or sculptures, sometimes made out of clay or wire, or you could even use toys. It takes about 12 pictures to create 1 second of smooth animation. The picture in the bottom left is 1 second of animation on a loop. So there are 12 pictures that were taken to create that animation. Animation using clay is called claymation. The very first stop motion animation ever created was in 1898. Only 10 years after the first movie camera was even invented. It was called the Humpty Dumpty Circus. Before computer animation, like you see in almost every movie nowadays, stop motion animation was used in almost every blockbuster movie. Like Star Wars. Here are some more examples of really famous stop motion animations. Some of my personal favorites, like The Nightmare Before Christmas in 1993, James and the Giant Peach in 1996. Wallace and Gromit is a great series of short movies, and Coraline from 2009 is another great example of stop motion animation. This animation was created using nothing but Post-it notes. And this animation is created entirely out of Legos. It's called Lego in real life. So, how do you do it? How do you create stop motion animation? Well, it's easier than you might think. First, you gotta find an object to take a picture of. In this example, I added a little soccer ball to my slideshow. On my next slide, I moved it a little bit. And then I took another picture of it. And then I repeated that over and over and over again, moving that soccer ball a little tiny bit each time. Moved it a little bit up, moved it a little farther over, show it going up and down. Now if I move that a little quicker, the animation looks a little smoother. I can even go back and forth. So small little movements played faster makes it look like smooth animation. You can see my slideshow on the left, all the pictures that it took to make that short little animation. Again, it takes about 12 pictures to make 1 second. Now, for our Seesaw activity this week, I want you to try to make your own stop motion animation. And you can do it right in Seesaw. So let me show you. If I click Add a Response to the Seesaw activity, you're going to see that you have 4 different choices for making an animation. I say try with the first one that I have for you. It's the easiest one. But then I have a video that you can make with skateboarders, an aquarium, or outer space. Let me show you how it works. So, I have just simple directions right here. After you look at them and you know what to do, you can delete them to get them out of your way. But it says right here to click record and pause right away. The microphone is the record button. So I want to follow that direction right now. I want to hit record. Wait for it to start recording. And then hit pause right away. Pause and record are in the exact same spot. Here, let me remove the directions so I can show you. Just selecting them and deleting them. And make sure you have the selection tool picked, not the drawing tools, the one that looks like a hand. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move my skier here so he's at the top of the hill. And I want to deselect it, so just clicking up here somewhere will get rid of that box, because I don't want to see that box in my animation. Alright, now I'm going to take a picture of it. And here's how you do it in Seesaw. You record and pause. And that should record a tiny little bit of this picture. Alright, now I'm going to move him a little bit. And then double click. Move him a little bit. Double click. Move him a little bit. Oop, I'm forgetting to deselect it. Here, let me try that again. Now, I kind of want him to go up this hill a little bit. So this tool right here will allow me to rotate him. There. Alright, when you're done creating your animation, click Done. Looks like I recorded about 9 seconds of animation. When you hit Done, you'll see now you have a play button. What you just did is you created a video that's sitting on top. See how I can move that around here? So let's see what I created. Not bad. If you don't like it and you want to try it again, just simply click the video here and hit the delete button and it'll delete it, and then you can try again. Try some of the other animation options on these different pages. You don't have to do them all, but if you're having fun with it, I definitely recommend trying them. I want you to try at least the first one and one of these other pages for this week's activity. So for the skateboard one, pick the boy or the girl, put it over here, and again, double click the record button. And for the aquarium one, all these characters are movable. And just to show you one more thing you can do, again, you can change the size of them. Let's say you want this to be facing the other way. Watch this. If I grab the middle circle here for changing the width of the object, if I go past the middle, it actually flips it to the other side. So if you want any of these fish to be facing the other way, or maybe they're all facing this way to run away from this shark here, you can turn them. Or something else to think about is animating the size. So maybe for my rocket ship, when I'm starting my ship, maybe I want to start out small, and I'm going to animate it getting bigger. Or another option for the outer space one, the background, I locked it so it won't move, but what if we can make it move? All you have to do is click the three buttons and select lock or unlock. Now it kind of looks like it's traveling through space. So lots of little tips and tricks in here just to give you a little idea on what animation is like. If you want even more than that, there's a much better program that I'd like for you to try on your own if you want to have more fun with this. There is a website with a free tool called ABC Animate. And on this page, there's a lot of different ways of creating new kinds of animation. So you have everything from adding different kinds of backgrounds, you have paintbrushes, just like in Seesaw. This one's a cool one. It's a pattern brush. So let's say I wanted to add a train track. I could add a train track. Or let's say I wanted to add a character. You can add shapes or stickers. This guy kind of looks like Indiana Jones, an old movie. I'm going to add a famous boulder chase scene. Let me create a big boulder that's going to chase him. And to move stuff around, use the arrow tool. Programs like this, you just kind of have to poke around and see what all these different buttons do. Alright, now that I got a couple things in here, let's animate it. On the top here, they have little slides so you can create new frames. Now, I could create a new one, but it's blank. And I don't want to add everything all over again. But if So instead, I can right-click it with my computer here. And then suddenly I got a couple more options. I can copy the frame, delete the frame, I can change the background of it. I'm going to copy the frame. Oh, and before I do much more, let me show you another really cool thing in the settings here. Click the gear, and this will let you see what the previous frame looked like. Now, you might not know what that means now, but wait a second and you'll see what that does. So I'm on frame 2, and it's going to show a little bit of where he was in frame 1, and that'll help me know how far I want to move that. All right, I'm going to move this, and let me copy the frame, and I'll move him a little bit more, and I'll move the boulder a little bit more, and then copy the frame. Alright, I think that's pretty good for a basic animation. I'm going to go ahead and hit play and see what I made. So, really basic, but that only took me maybe 2 minutes to make for 1 second of animation, which isn't bad. Alright, so that's a really basic animation using this program, but you can do a lot more fun stuff besides that. So have fun exploring the different sticker options. There's so many different things that you can play around with here, from spaceships and animals, all sorts of things. When you're all done, click the 3 buttons in the bottom corner where you can start a new animation, you can save this animation as a GIF, or you can even print out a flipbook, which is kind of cool. Unfortunately, you won't be able to post any of this to our Seesaw activity because Seesaw does not support GIF. So this is just for you to enjoy on your own. I do want you to complete the Seesaw activity for this week though. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with these animations. And as always, I'll see you next time.